Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teresa. Thank you for joining me. As many of you know, I created this channel to share my daughter's story, her battle of addiction and loss, as well as my family's story of life after loss. This is my beautiful daughter, Heidi. And these are her two beautiful children. Heidi lost her battle to addiction on July 1st, 2018. She was 4 months pregnant with her son when they both passed. My daughter was over a year in recovery when she lost her battle due to a relapse. Today I wanted to talk about maintenance medication, in particular saboxone. My daughter took saboxone throughout her addiction many times. She was heavy in addiction and she didn't have the willpower to quit on her own. Her cravings and her withdrawals were too strong and was advised by a medical professional to be on saboxone for a while. Also, because of the depth of her addiction, they also recommended it due to health reasons. When somebody is deep into addiction, they can't just stop. They can't just quit. Some people can. I don't want to say it can't be done, but in most cases, it's very unsafe. So my daughter did go to a doctor and did get on saboxone multiple times throughout her addiction. I support saboxone. I also support, whether somebody chooses not to use medical maintenance, medication maintenance to recover. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's situation is different. No person is the same. No person has the same recovery. Everybody goes through different stages, different things in their lives. There was a time that my daughter told me that she was at one of her friends' homes and they were using heroin. I guess my daughter had one Suboxone in her pocket, but she was in the bathroom and she chose to use heroin. I guess she had used too much. Her body couldn't take it and she faded out, and she told me that she was foaming at the mouth. She told me that when her friend found her, that this person took a Suboxone and put it in her mouth, and she believes that's what saved her life that night. I don't know whether or not that is true. I've heard many different things about Suboxone. She used to tell me that, if she was using opiates, heroin or whatever, that she had to wait 24 hours before she could use Suboxone or it would put her body in a deeper withdrawal. However, this night, she said it saved her. When my daughter was deep in her addiction and wanted help and chose to get on Suboxone, Suboxone saved her life. And I will say that till my last breath, it saved her life. She wouldn't quit on her own. The only time she was able to quit on her own is if she was arrested and went to jail. And it was because she couldn't get it. But when she was out and free, she didn't have the willpower to fight. Her addiction was stronger than her fight. I remember taking her to clinics to dose. Those places were come every morning at a specific time and they would give her the medicine She would take it and she would be fine for 24 hours. She had to build up and prove herself to be able to take the medicine home. And that didn't happen because she would go, she would dose, she would be fine for a little bit, but then, either she didn't have the money, we didn't have the money. Most times I had paid for it and it wasn't cheap, but I would do anything I could to make sure that she was okay. And I did. I would take her to the clinics and I would pay for it, and she would be fine. And it would last for like a week or two, and then she would just disappear. But saboxone helped her. Saboxone kept her from going through the worst struggle, and it may have possibly been what saved her life that night. My daughter told me the withdrawals were the worst thing. The restless leg syndrome, the weakness, the shaking, the hot and cold flashes, the cramps, the vomiting. I mean, we don't want to see our children suffer. We don't want to see them struggle. So when she chose to get on Suboxone, I supported her. And I support anybody that gets on Suboxone to recover. I don't think it should be necessarily a lifetime maintenance, but everybody's journey is different. And I support everybody's journey. Suboxone got my daughter back at times. It kept her alive and it kept her fighting. And she said it made her feel better. Part of the reason she would go out and relapse all the time, she said, is because she was dope sick. She got tired of feeling awful, feeling bad, feeling like crap. Sometimes she would go out looking for Suboxone and ended up with heroin. When my daughter was in her recovery that year, over a year in recovery, she wasn't on Suboxone. She'd already gone through rehab. She completed rehab. She wasn't on any maintenance at that time. She got that craving. She got that desire, that itch. And she relapsed and she lost the battle. So for anybody, that chooses to use Suboxone, I support you. And if you choose not to, I support you. Again, I cannot express enough. Everybody's journey is different. And it is up to us not to judge each other for the choices or the assistance needed for recovery. We need to support and love each other. I thank you all so much for supporting my channel and for helping me in raising awareness. I share my daughter's story and our story to raise awareness, to help those out there that may be struggling, to be support for those families that have lost loved ones. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button, like, share, click that little bell next to it so you can get updates whenever I upload videos. Please share. Help me in raising awareness so that we can reach others out there that need to hear this message. May you all have a beautiful